people who finally surrender in this work, imagine, become the entire universe. I just got a text from 3 people last night. They went for it. They didn't shrink back. They didn't come back to their identity. They didn't come back to their body. They kept going. You know what they said? I felt like I came home. I came home. The frequency, I just was the most familiar, unfamiliar feeling I've ever had. I was home. That's you. You're all of that because you came from there. In the realm of the quantum, listen closely, you are non-local. You are no longer your body in space and time. Now, this is where I want to get to. Number 1 belief. I'm watching you, by the way. You get to the void, and you still think you're your body. You've done all this work to get all the way over here, and now you're no longer local in space and time. You're not your body any longer. So I ask you to open up, and people are still thinking they're this in the void. You understand what I'm talking about? You have the belief, because you've been living as a body your entire life, that that's you. So now you're in the void, and all I'm asking you to do is stop being that and being all of this. That's who you really are when you're not your body. You're the all in all. So when I ask you to open up and become aware of how big it is and become the void, I want you to give up your body in local space and time and just surrender and diffuse into the sea of possibilities in that eternal blackness and become it all. Why do you think I have you sense its depth on both sides of you, behind you? Because I'm trying to get you to realize you're not that. And some of you go out and then you come back and check. I did it, now I'm going to come back to me again. Don't come back. Don't come back. I swear to you, it'll be better than you could ever imagine, because you are not this identity. You're the consciousness immersed in the experience of having it. When you're not this, you're all of this. You're non-local. You're everybody, you're everyone, you're everything, everywhere and every time. And people who finally surrender in this work, imagine, become the entire universe. I just got a text from 3 people last night. They went for it. They didn't shrink back. They didn't come back to their identity. They didn't come back to their body. They kept going. You know what they said? I felt like I came home. I came home. The frequency, I just was the most familiar, unfamiliar feeling I've ever had. I was home. That's you. You're all of that because you came from there. And if you keep shrinking back to your body, then you got to change that belief. Are you with me still? Number 2 belief. Your senses. Some of you are looking for something. You're looking, you're trying to see something. There's nothing to see there. You see down here with your senses. There's nothing material to see. So the moment you start looking, you're back to your body, trying to see something, and there's nothing to see. How many people are with me? Do you ever hear me say see there? I say sense. Become aware. Pay attention to. Notice. Experience. Not with your senses, but with your awareness. Number 3 belief. I watched yesterday. God, the divine, is outside of me. It's not in me. You say it's in you, but when it comes time to unfold into it, you think it's somewhere out there. Think about this. Your body is made of material, yes? You take a cell. You look at the cell, you analyze the cell, you have chemicals, yes or no? You have chemicals, you break them down, you have molecules, yes or no? You break the molecules down, you have atoms, yes or no? You break an atom down, what do you have? Nothing. There's nothing there. You have space, nothing. It's energy. They're just vortexes of energy. They're vortexes of energy, that's all they are. So the very, very fabric of who you are is energy. So it's within you and all around you, and all you're doing is going deeper into it. And as you go deeper into it, you're moving through these layers to the very source of what's giving you life, the atom. Are you with me still? So then people are looking for it out there like it's somewhere out there. It's within you, and when I say it's within you and all around you, because there's atoms and molecules around you as well. We are immersed in it. So then the belief that has to change is that you think you have to go somewhere. You don't go anywhere. You're already there. All you have to do is connect with it. How many people understand? The moment you take your attention off your body, you have no attention on your body, then you are unfolding into the energy that's creating your body as a hologram. Are you with me still? And if you unfold deeper past that energy, there's a greater level of order, a pattern that's actually literally organizing and unraveling into matter. It's a greater level of order, and you're moving into that. Yes or no? So you're moving within and all around. You're connecting. Yes or no? So then, how about belief number 4? I've watched this in many of you. So now you try to predict what it is. You try to figure it out. You're in the unknown, but what's supposed to happen now? What's going to happen? You start thinking about what's going to happen. The moment you start thinking about what's happening, what's going to happen, you're back to the knowns because you're overlaying a known on an unknown. You can even think that. You just got to keep letting go and letting go more and letting go more, and not even thinking, just seeing where you're going to go if you keep letting go. Are you with me still? These are my best moments where I just go, I'm going to go. I'm just going to leave Joe Dispenza way the hell behind. I'll deal with him later. I'm just going to keep surrendering. And then all of a sudden, some thought comes up. I'm like, no, I'm not going there. I'm just going to keep going. I keep going. I'll deal with that later. I'm just going to keep going. I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know where I'm going to go. If I don't know where I'm going to go, am I in the known or the unknown? Turn the person next to you and explain. So we could say then, think about this. If you're trying to predict what's supposed to happen, if you're waiting for what's supposed to happen, you're back in the known, because if you're waiting, you have an image of what should happen. Come on. And then we would say then you're trying to control an outcome. And you're back to your personality again. Are you with me still? Just lose control there. Just let go. Just not know. It's really okay to not know there. It actually works well. Number 5, belief. We touched on this the other day. Time. Some of you still think, okay, well, I'm done. All right. Music sounds like it's ending right about now. Okay, I'm good. So you got one foot in the quantum, one foot in the other world, and you're like, okay. So then if you're timing it, and you're thinking about time, where are you? You're no longer in the moment. You're thinking about time. You're not doing that consciously, you see? That's a subconscious belief. Because if you're trying to control and predict, naturally you're going to think about time. Because you're wondering when it's going to happen. When I forget about it, I completely give up time. I just don't even care. I set an alarm, and I'm just like, I'm going. And if you can get beyond even your thought about time and just keep going, you'll forget about time, and you'll run into all times. You'll run into all spaces. And then you'll be like, I'm going to do that again. So then time becomes less important when you come back to this place. How many people understand? Number 6, I know you can't read that. I could barely read it. Separation. I watch some of you when it comes time to create your object. The moment it comes time to create your object, you're back to separation. You think you have to create an object. If you're thinking that you have to create an object, you're matter again. You don't create an object. You create the image in the field. That's your only job. You're to romance and dimensionalize that object. But you don't do it as separation. When you create that object and you think you're creating an object, then you think subconsciously, I'm here and that's over there. You think subconsciously that the image that you're creating of your object is separate from you. How could it be separate from you if you're connected to everything there in the realm of thought? There is no separation. You're actually bringing to life what's already there. And your observation is literally organizing it into patterns that will ultimately become reality. Are you with me still? The only other way I could describe it is like you become aware of your hand. It's attached to you. You understand? You're not separate from your hand. You just become aware of it. When you create something in the void, you are not separate from it. There is no separation. You're connected to it. It's impossible to be separate from it unless you start thinking that it's separate from you subconsciously, and then you're creating from separation, and now you have time and space to deal with. I'm going to point to these, and then when I point to them, you're going to say, I'm not doing that. So you're going to be your body when you get to the void? You're not your body. You're a consciousness having the experience in that body. And when you're not your body, you're the void. You're everything. You going to look for anything there? And nothing to look for. You don't have senses there. Give it up. You don't even have a body to have senses to do it with. You believe that God is outside of you? You done with doing that? You gonna look for God outside of you? You're not doing that, are you? It's within you and all around you. Find it. Pay attention to it. Connect with it. Believe that that is real. Wait a second. I'm going to make that another belief. 7 is more of a sacred number anyway. Well, let's finish. You try to predict, you're back in the known. You're waiting for something to happen. You're trying to control an outcome. You're back to three-dimensional reality. Give it up. Are you going to do that? I'm not doing that. How about time? Don't waste your time on time. And then separation? You going to do that? You're not separate. You're connected. Just stay connected. What was the last one I just said? Oh my goodness, this is a big one. I thought of this morning. Number 7. Some of you think that it's not real. Some of you have a subconscious belief that there's nothing to experience there. You think that matter is real because you perceive it with your senses. That's a belief. It is real when you're here. But the field is more real than this, because without the field there wouldn't be this. So which is more real? So then if it's real, then if you understand, I'll make the connection in your brain. You make the connection it's real, then you'll know what to look for. You'll look for it a little bit more. Yes or no? Yes. And you give up on it when you believe it's not real. Yes or no? Yes. But if you knew it was real, and you knew the divine lived in you, and you knew that you need senses, you didn't need them any longer, and you could transcend time, and you can stay in the unknown and surrender, and you know you're not your body, then sooner or later you're going to run into something that's more real than this reality. Yes or no? And you're going to get a biological upgrade, and you're going to start knowing the secrets of the universe. How many people understand? All the problems and conditions in your life are fixed in patterns of information at the level of light. Are you listening to me? You didn't get it. Let's go back to, remember the old projectors? Well, some of you are probably wondering what the hell I'm talking about. But there used to be these projectors that they used to have, like even when I was a kid. And they were carousels. And then you did the thing, it fell in, it always got stuck. It was a pain in the ass, But drop in there, yes? So picture source energy as the projector. Picture the pattern that's fixed in the light as the little slide. You got that? Picture the projection on the wall as matter or reality. It's a hologram from source. You with me still? So all of these patterns are also reflected in the brain, because you're perceiving reality. You don't see things how they are, you see things how you are. So all of those patterns are frozen in the brain, neurological patterns. Are you with me still? So then all of the problems in your life, all the challenges in your life are fixed patterns of energy frozen in the field of light. Are you with me still? Come on. So then in order for you to change them, if you don't get beyond the light, you can't take the slide out of the projector. Do you get it? You got to get beyond the light, and when you get beyond the light, now you're in the field of energy, and you can change the pattern. How do you change the pattern? You change your thoughts and feelings. If you keep living by the same thoughts and feelings, you have the same patterns, yes or no? And how you think and feel is your energy. Thought, the electrical charge, feeling, the magnetic charge. Raise your energy, raise your frequency, change the pattern, you're going to change matter. Are you with me still? So the problems in your life are created from a certain level of consciousness down here, yes or no? Matter to matter. Every time you become more conscious, every time you evolve, every time you choose the field, you're moving to a greater level of consciousness, and the consciousness created the problem, yes or no? It's painful to get disentangled from all this. It's uncomfortable because most people don't believe there's anything else. If you knew it was real, then you wouldn't stop anywhere along here. You'd say, I'm going straight across and I'm getting there, no matter what's in my way. If you knew it was real, you wouldn't get disentangled in all this. You think this is real. This is not real. This is real. You get up here, you get beyond all of this, and you understand that it's real, you'll make the effort with more sincerity. How many people understand?